Hello and good evening. I am M.K. Gilmour. I'm the author of the Not So Distant Future series, and I'm also a med student. And it occurred to me as I was browsing through YouTube that millions of people are willing to watch videos of cats and watch people build Play-Doh and things of that nature. I thought, maybe people would be interested in listening to a story. I hope, an entertaining story, my own story. This is EitherOr, the first book of the Not So Distant Future series. And I thought that I would just read a little bit of it, and then if people like it, then I will read a little bit sequentially, kind of like an adult bedtime story, if you will. So I will start with Chapter 1, a very good place to start. The Not So Distant Future. Chapter 1. Lieutenant Kerry O'Malley glanced at the projected map in the crime lab. "This is the place," she said immediately, using her finger as a stylus as she tapped the screen to enlarge the GPS-generated image. It showed a house in a rundown neighborhood. A downstairs window was boarded after being shattered by a stray bullet, and the stairs were in need of painting, as was the rest of the house. New geraniums hung in baskets from hooks on the porch, and the numbers 561 were nailed to what looked like a single post supporting the porch roof. Except the 6 was in a position to look like a 9, because the nail had come loose, and no one had taken the time to repair the house number. "Are you sure, Kerry?" crime scene investigator Justin Finch asked, pronouncing her name correctly. He had called her Kerry a few times before she told him it was not Kerry, but Kerry. Justin wasn't great with names, but he was an astute CSI. "A lot of homes have new geraniums," he said. "In this neighborhood? With this house number?" Kerry asked, doubtfully, in her charming Irish accent. Besides, the geraniums weren't the only thing that led her to this house. Justin knew that, but after so extensive a search, it needed vetting. "Let's send a team. I want a SWAT team, a bomb squad, and you, Banning, McAllister, and Lee with me. Come on, people, let's move." The CSIs and detectives in the room departed, ready to assemble the bomb squad and SWAT team they needed to back them up. Kerry turned to the CSIs she had listed. "We're taking 3 cars. I'm going to brief the SWAT team and bomb squad later, but I want this place surrounded. So Mr. Banning, Miss Lee, you 2 drive. I'll drive the 3rd car." She wanted to give her younger team members the driving practice. They nodded in response. She turned back to her projected map. Using her finger, she swiveled her view of the house around, getting the latest downloaded pictures from the drone. "You see this road right here, Mr. Banning?" "I see it," Greg Banning answered. "Would you like me to take the car up there and Nikki and I will cover your backs?" "Good man," Kerry affirmed with a nod. "Take Justin with you too. 2 of you can't cover that much area if these guys are as armed as we think they are." Greg nodded, as did Justin. He realized it was his and Nikki McAllister's duty to protect Greg. They both had been paired with him at least once on every case for the past year, while the young man got some field practice. He had gone through the Chicago Police Academy and was an excellent shot, but he was still young. Regardless of how good he was, Kerry wasn't about to stick him in danger without backup. "Arsenal, ma'am?" Lee asked. "Y40s and X9s," Kerry answered immediately. "Keep 'em close. You'll probably need at least the X9. They nodded. It was a heavy arsenal, but if Kerry was right, they were going to need it all. "Everyone go suit up, and meet me outside the garage with SWAT and bomb, okay?" They all headed for the door, adrenaline starting to rush through their bodies. How Kerry stayed so calm was beyond all of them. Kerry turned the projector off and the map disappeared, revealing a section of the wall that was really a touchscreen. She went to exit the room and get ready herself, but when she was about to turn off the lights, she read the atomic clock on the wall. "Oh no," she said. She sighed. There was no way she'd have time to call home. She had to find a bulletproof vest, a Y40, an X9, and a car. She also had to brief the bomb squad and the SWAT team she had called. Connor would just have to assume she was coming home late and stick her dinner in the pod. With another sigh, she turned off the lights and shut the door, heading to the weapons locker. We'll read more tomorrow.